Long ago, there was a great lake known as Clealum. All of the woodland creatures would gather at this lake to catch fish and drink water. But the lake was guarded by the great monster, a massive beaver known as Wishpoosh. Wishpoosh didn't like the other creatures coming to his lake, and so he would charge at them when he saw them. He would threaten them and make great waves with his mighty tail until they ran away. If the creatures tried to stand up to Wishpoosh, he would use his great strength to pull them under the waters of the lake, drowning them. But Coyote did not like the way Wishpoosh treated the other creatures and decided to take it upon himself to defeat the great monster. He arrived at the lake one day with a spear, which he tied a rope to. He paddled out in a canoe and he began to fish. Wishpoosh looked upon his lake and saw the mischievous Coyote and became angry. He charged out, splashing and roaring threats. Coyote saw him coming, though, and threw his great spear, plunging it deep into the beaver's hide. Pain and anger filled Wishpoosh, and he plunged deep into the waters of the lake. Coyote held fast to the rope that had been tied to his spear and was pulled under. The waters of the Great Lake thrashed and quaked as the two great creatures fought beneath the surface. They traded blows, punching, kicking, and biting, yet neither would give up or be defeated. So great was their struggle that the waters of Lake Clealum rose and spewed outward, streaming and crashing down the mountains until it formed a new lake. Yet still, Coyote and Wishpoosh refused to end their fight. They surfaced in the new lake, still locked in a struggle, and the fight continued until the new lake rose and streamed forth once again. The waters met several rivers along the way until it formed an even greater lake than the first two. Still, the creatures fought. Wishpoosh refused to give up, his teeth ripping into the flesh of Coyote. Finally, the lake once again overflowed and streamed downward. The waters met other rivers and lakes until it finally stopped, forming a lake that was even larger than had ever been seen before. Yet the fight continued until this great lake overflowed. The waters began to rush towards the ocean, and finally, Coyote had had enough and tried to stop the wave that carried him to the sea. He reached for anything that he could, pulling trees, bushes, and stones out of the earth in his efforts. Yet the waters had become too deep, and the waves had become too strong. And when the two creatures finally met the ocean, Wishpoosh was still filled with great anger, and he swam out. He opened his massive mouth and swallowed a school of fish, giving his body the extra strength that he would need to defeat Coyote. Yet still, it wasn't enough, and he swam deeper, grabbing hold of a massive whale and swallowing it whole. Coyote saw this and became afraid. But how could he defeat a creature with such strength? But fear not. Coyote was the trickster and a very clever creature. He transformed into a simple tree branch and floated out to the ocean. He waited, and eventually Wishpoosh came to eat more fish, swallowing the branch whole. And inside the monstrous beaver, Coyote transformed once again into his true form. He drew his knife and he stabbed it deep into the creature, killing it from the inside. And in his death, Wishpoosh expelled all of the fish that he had eaten, and Coyote floated amongst the waves of the ocean, exhausted from his battle. On the shores, he spotted his friend Muskrat, and he asked Muskrat to help him, and the two brought the body of Wishpoosh to the shore. Not wishing to waste anything, Coyote and Muskrat cut up the monster and scattered him over the land, creating the various tribes of mankind. From the head of Wishpoosh, the Nez Perce tribe was born. The Aurums formed the Cayuses. The Akimas grew from the ribs, and the Chinooks sprang from the belly. The Klickitats came from the legs. In the end, Coyote used the skin and the blood to form the Snake River tribe. With man created and the animals safe, Coyote once again returned to his home, exhausted from his fight.